Well, here we are, folks. Another Sunday night right here on Net Talk Live. We're going to be with you from 10 to midnight. That's 10 to midnight. Right here, broadcasting from 570 KLIF and broadcasting on KDFI TV. The numbers to know are 214-787-1570 or 800-583-1570. That's call us, ask your questions about the Internet. We'll answer your questions. That's 214-787-1570 or 800-583-1570. I want to tell you some things that's going to be going on during the show today. Remember, you can follow along on our webpage and all the sites that we're talking about today. You can follow along with everything that we're doing. Don't forget to send us email during the show. It's nettalk@nettalklive.com. And we've got some interesting things going on. But the first thing is tonight with us out on special assignment is Scott Kelton Jones. He's in Los Angeles, so he won't be on the show. And we have Joette Rhodes sitting here. You're in the hot seat. How you doing?
Fine.
You ready to be in the hot seat?
Oh, yeah.
2 hours live right here in the hot seat. She's filling in for, of course, Laura Lewis, who is taking a brief vacation, just like Dave Matthews did. He went up to New York and left us for a week and went out there. Dave, did you have a good time in New York?
I had a good time. And the best thing is was not mugged. A little worse for wear for the subways, though.
It's a great city. I love New York. So, Joette, you ready to do this?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay, folks, let me give you the numbers to know. It's 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. You can call in and ask your questions about the Internet. I'm going to tell you some of the things we're doing tonight. We're giving away some software. We're giving away some T-shirts. Every caller that calls in will actually get a T-shirt compliments of Adam's software. Can you look at this, Dean, here? It's Adam's software, and you're going to get there on the Adam's tour. And they're going to be coming in later in the show. It's Adam Software. They make an interactive software. And you're going to get the official, check this out, Joette. It's like a tour shirt for software.
Oh, awesome.
It looks like a concert shirt, but it's actually for software. Everybody who calls in is going to get one of these. And some Adam Software we're going to be giving away to select callers. And we got some other things coming up. We're going to give away a Melissa Etheridge CD and one of the treasure hunts coming up. And Joette, get this. If you're following along with the show and you do one of these treasure hunts, we're going to give away tickets to Planet Hollywood on November 25th. And if you're the lucky one that wins these tickets, there's another drawing. We may just send you to Los Angeles to Planet Hollywood in December to the premiere of the new movie Sylvester Stallone's putting out called Daylight. And you'll actually get to be in Los Angeles and meet Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, my God.
Pretty awesome. Isn't that great?
I want to go.
It's going to be a lot of fun, so we're going to get that done. Anyway, let's take an email questions real quick. We got an email that come into the show. We answer these questions. And, of course, I want everybody to know it doesn't matter how hard or how easy your question is. We're going to try to answer them all. But you can email us. And this is from, let's say it's Chris that sent this in. It says, could someone please tell me where I can look to find a sample of articles of incorporation for the state of Texas? And he says the Internet can get confusing for a beginner. And he says, thanks. He wants to find out where can he go use, a lot of people, Joette, use the Internet as a resource to do research. It's actually pretty easy to do. So you can go out and he wants to find out where can you find articles of incorporation. So let's go over to Mark. Mark, I think you have an answer for this. What'd you find there?
Well, we have an answer for this. Probably not the answer that he's looking for, but we do have an answer. Actually, I had a few minutes to try to surf this out before we began the show tonight. And what I did come up with was, I'm going to have it up on my computer here now so you can take a look at it, was a website from Donald Berger. I guess he's an attorney, and he does have some steps on how to do the incorporation. We couldn't find actually a sample set out there for you to use, but this will at least give you a good place to start. One hint, though, is you might try going to Alta Vista. I just didn't have time to do this before the show, and try using the advanced features that we went over with last week about using incorporation, articles, Texas, and do a search on that, and y'all bet you'll get what you're looking for.
Tell you what, Mark, why don't you do that? Let's take a caller. Why don't you try Alta Vista, and let's see if we can do that, and let's see what we can find. Let's take a caller real quick. Let's go to Jonathan in Dallas.
Hi, Jonathan. You're on Net Talk Live.
How you doing?
Hey.
I have a quick question. I had Netscape Navigator 2, and I had gotten some plugins for it. And when I went ahead to erase it to install Netscape Navigator 3, the files wouldn't erase.
And so your question is,
how do I get them off?
So you want to get these files off here. Who's going to get? Let's go over to Dave Matthews. Let's go over to our gadget guy, and Dave, we'll put you on the spot and make sure you're sharp from just getting back into the swing from New York. How would we answer Jonathan's question about what he's looking for?
Okay. Within your Netscape directory on your hard drive, you've got a directory called plugins. Within that plugins directory, all your files are saved. So just go in there with Web Explorer, or Windows Explorer, rather, and you can delete those files via the mouse.
Oh, I tried that, and it says, I have it right here. It says, cannot delete BBS SAD, cannot find specified file.
Okay. If it can't find the file, then the file itself might be deleted. The name's just there. Let's see what you could do. Boy, this is a good one.
Let's go. Hey, Mark, do you know how we can answer Jonathan's question there? Did you catch what Jonathan's saying? He downloaded some plugins and he upgraded and stuff, and now he can't delete these files. Dave told him to go to his plugins file and do it, but he's still saying it can't be deleted. What is it saying again, Jonathan, when you try to delete it? What is it saying?
It says, cannot delete BB SAD, cannot find specified file.
So, Mark, what do you think you have here?
Well, one of the things that happens sometimes is we try to delete files while we're still using the program, and if you happen to still have Netscape up, it will prevent you from deleting them. So go ahead and turn off Netscape, closing out Netscape, and like Dave was saying, go to your Windows Explorer, and then go into that folder and select the ones you want to remove, and then click on delete, and it'll take them out. Usually that's the only thing that keeps them locked in is when you're trying to use them.
Well, what if I'm not running Netscape right now? Because I got Netscape 3, and then I found out that the Microsoft Internet Explorer was better, so I totally deleted all my Netscape stuff. So I don't have anything that has to do with Netscape except for that one file.
Are you trying to recover more hard drive space? Is that your?
Yeah, well, it won't let me delete any of my directories that have to do with that file.
Okay, here's one for you. Under My Computer and Control Panel in Windows, there's Add Remove Programs. Do any of those plugins show up in those programs?
You actually need to try that, Jonathan. Try that for us and see if that deletes it. Go back to your plugin files like we talked about. What would you give as in closing here, Mark, and see what he could do as
properties.
Well?
Sometimes these programs have a tendency of setting themselves as a read-only property. So you might go in and check the properties in the folder. You do that by right-mouse clicking on the folder itself, check on properties, and go in and see if it has itself set as a system folder or perhaps a read-only folder. Change the attribute, and it'll be out of there.
Well, there you go, Jonathan. That's 3 or 4 suggestions for you. I hope you try that out. That was kind of a tough one there. Do you understand any of that?
That wore me out.
I was like running back and forth trying to figure out what it is. And don't forget, we got some treasure hunts coming up, and the first one's going to be for a copy of StreetLogic software. That's this software right here. You can get it at most CompUSAs and some other stuff, but it's the North Texas Dallas Mapsco. Remember that thick book that would help you around Dallas and Fort Worth? Well, it's now on CD-ROM. It's about a $90 product.
Wow.
That's what we're going to do in our first treasure hunt. We're going to send you one of those, and we're going to do that up coming real soon. Anyway, let's go to another call. Let's go to Gary in Arlington.
Hi, Gary. You're on Net Talk Live.
Hi, how are y'all?
Great.
Good.
Hey, listen, I'm having a problem with my modem. I'm on Windows 3.1, and I'm a newbie. I just got on this week, and I'm using Netscape Navigator, and I'm noticing that when I'm pulling up documents or web addresses, that it's coming in really slow. I only have a 14.4 modem, but some of these are coming in at 156 bytes per second. Is that because the site's in heavy usage at that time, or do I have something configured wrong?
So let's go over to Dave. Dave, how would you answer this? First off, I got to ask you a question, Gary.
Sure.
Who did you get? Do you have direct internet access or not?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, I'm not going through an online service. I'm going through direct access.
Okay, and do you mind sharing with us who you signed up with?
Internet in a mall.
Internet
In a mall.
in a mall. I've never heard of that one. That's actually a brand new one.
Brand new one at Valley View. You can just go right in there and sign up and get the stuff and take it home.
Oh, how about that? That's cool. That's an interesting thing. So, Dave, how would you answer Gary here? What do you think's going on?
Gary, it's time for a modem upgrade. That 14.
That's an easy one.
Hey, yeah.
I knew that one.
The best thing about it is if you buy a modem today, it'll be able to do the next highest speed come January, which is 56K.
Okay.
So you're not going to lose out by buying something today at, say, Communication Expo, get a little US Robotics 33.6, and you'll be able to chip upgrade it in January.
You know, Gary, you really need to do that. If you're going to get serious about the net and you're going to surf this net, I really would suggest, go up the tollway north. You said at Valley View. It's right there, not too far from there, right up the way. Go to Communication Expo. It's a Beltline and the toll road, and get you one of the new U.S. robotic modems.
Okay.
Because come right after January, the speed's going to double again, my friend, and you really should be there and just really forget the 14.4, and that's really going to enhance your speed
Great.
much, much more than what you're doing right now.
Okay, I appreciate it.
We appreciate your call, Gary. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You know, that's Joette. A lot of people that, like he said, he was a newbie. He just got on the net.
Right.
I'm trying to remember what the numbers are. I think it's like 60, 70,000 people a day Isn't it something like that, Dave? 60, 70,000 people a day are signing
Are
up
the
for
numbers just in, Jovan? We saw that. We have right here numbers.
Actually, what they're reminding me is I gotta tell our net heads that are following along, and I want to remind you, you're kind of a net head if you're following along, is because you can call in, you can email, you can listen on radio, you can watch on TV. That's kind of what we're all about. But we have a new thing that we've enabled within our website, which is called Net Meeting. So, Mark, how would you explain what Net Meeting is real quick? Because we're going to try to take a call from one of our Net Meetings here.
Well, Net Meeting is Microsoft's answer to the internet telephone, where you can actually make a phone call, so to speak, over the internet without the long-distance charges. It's a great thing. And what we've done is we've got it set up so people can call. And let me give you the number. The Net Meeting number for us is 204.181.96.151.
Say that one more time.
204.181.96.151. Now, if you have Net Meeting or internet phone, either one, you can use that set of numbers. That's kind of like our phone number, and you can give us a call. And we've got a guy back there answering the Net Meeting line. And,
so this is where, let me see if I have this right, Mark. This is where somebody sitting in front of their computer, this is one of the cool things the internet can do. Sitting in front of their computer can actually take their little microphone that's with their computer now, through their computer, give us a call, ask a question right over the air. We can answer them. It's like a phone call, and I know we're going to take some from overseas, and there's no long-distance charge, and they're communicating right through their computer.
That's right. Right there on the computer from all over the world.
Well, wouldn't this make everybody want to get a computer and get rid of their phone?
Well,
I mean,
eventually.
just the heck with the phone.
Oh, we've had some great conversations with people from China, from all over the world, Australia. I mean, they're great. They tell you about the shrimp, but don't even send you none.
So, Dave, have you tried this kind of stuff yet?
Yeah, for about a year ago, my brother lived up outside of Chicago, and this is how we used the way to talk to each other over the internet for free.
So, Jeff, let's turn the camera on. Jeff, are we ready to try this? This is going to be he's crossing his fingers in there in master control. This is going to be our very first phone call. Our very first, can you see Jeff there? And that's Pete, by the way. Pete's the one you talk to when you call in. And we're going to try our very first phone call in this Net Meeting. So are we up? I don't really know. Let's see who we have on. We have joining us Gary Stewart. And Gary Stewart is calling us from Ireland. Gary, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hiya.
Oh, You're not underwater right now.
Nope.
So, Gary, first off, what time? Right.
Well, my machine say that it's 20:04 in the morning, and the weather is pretty bad.
Oh, 20 of. Gary, okay. Gary right now worldwide because all the other now going for Dallas, Texas, Dallas out over TV. So Gary, don't you think that's pretty amazing?
Yeah, you begin to scare me.
Break out. Mark, did Gary have a question?
I think his question was he wanted to know
Yeah,
if this
still
could
here.
work better.
Yeah, what question?
Yeah, I've been using it quite a bit, and I was wondering when is the final release coming out, and how much is it going to cost, if anything?
Good question. So, Gary and I of Net Meeting coming out, and is it going to cost, and when will it be released?
Well, Gary, we got great news. Microsoft plans a release of the version 2 of Net Meeting in a month, about a month, a little over 4 weeks actually. And again, great, thanks to Microsoft, it's going to be absolutely free. You'll just be able to download it directly from Microsoft's site. And there you have it.
Gary, you now television star in the United States back and have fun to us. Let everybody know out there that has net meeting, please give us a ring on net meeting. We'll try it. We're going to get it all perfected. We'll speed it up. But there you just got a dose of history in the making for the show. Isn't that cool, Joette? Just think this guy was sitting in Ireland.
I know. I just want to know what he's doing up that early. I'd be asleep if I were him.
We got an email from some guy in Spain one time, sent Laura and I some email, and he said, it's 3:30 in the morning, I'm plastered, and I can't do without my Net Talk Live. Or 6 o'clock in the morning, he was plastered, and I can't do without my Net Talk Live. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mark, that's a pretty nifty option. How do people get to that from our webpage?
It's really pretty easy, actually. If they go to our website at www.nettalklive.com and click on that little icon there for Join Chat, they'll find a link about halfway down the page for MS Net Meeting. If they'll click on that link for MS Net Meeting, it'll take you directly to the Microsoft download page where you can get your own copy, and it's absolutely free.
That is absolutely fantastic. I have to tell Brandon Brown, who's taking the calls, and Mark, you did an absolutely fantastic job of hooking that up. What I want to do now, folks, is we're going to send you on a treasure hunt. This is going to be worth a Melissa Etheridge CD, her brand new CD. You know, last week we gave away tour tickets, so this is going to be worth the brand new CD from Melissa Etheridge. Here you go. Fire up your web browsers. The prize number that you're going to call in to claim your prize is 787-1011. That's 787-1011. Now, this is an interesting. Ready? You're going to go to Rick's American Cyber Grill's site. That's www.cybergrill.com. Rick's American Cyber Grill. They're in Denton, Texas. And I must say, guys, you know, they actually cater the food for the show. They're great people in Denton, Texas. They're absolutely fantastic. I know, Mark, you chowed down, right? What'd you have?
Well, I had this huge grilled burger and, of course, all the fixings and everything go along with it. And we've had a great time since then.
They were some of the best burgers we have had here all night.
That's some good stuff. So everybody kind of chowed down. Rick's American Cyber Grill. It's a great place in Denton, Texas. Anyway, go to the Rick's American Cyber Grill site. You're going to go somewhere in their site. Somewhere in their site, you are able to look inside their freezer storage. Be the first caller to 787-1011 and let me know what's on the bottom shelf stored in a box. It's easy to read. You can find it. First one that goes to Rick's American Cyber Grill will get a copy of the $90 Street Logic software. Give us a call at 787-1011 and you will be the winner. Coming up next, we've got some cool sites that we're going to have. Of course, we've got the weird news on the web that's coming up.
Yes, we do.
We're giving away the Atom software. You may just go to Los Angeles if you stay tuned and meet Sylvester Stallone and go to the exclusive Hollywood premiere, should we say, of Daylight. That's all when Net Talk Live returns right here on 570 KLIF and KDFI. Hot TV 27 will be right back.
I want to know why. Why my daughter? What did she do to you?
It's a young woman's worst nightmare. A casual date turns from innocent fun, harmless conversation to rape, in some cases to murder. How does it happen? It takes a young man with evil in his heart and the date rape drug in his possession. Today you'll hear from the women who fell victim to this tragic scenario. You'll hear from their families on the next Geraldo Rivera Show.
Monday at noon on Hot TV 27. What's hot tomorrow? Hot TV. On Hot TV 27. Tomorrow night at 7 on Poltergeist: The Legacy. An evil force takes over an entire apartment building and must be stopped. Then at 8, Mitch is forced to find missing lifeguards after the beach becomes mysteriously haunted. Tomorrow at 8 on Baywatch Nights. If it's hot, you've got to watch. Hot TV 27 tomorrow night.
Want to try something new this fall? Get some action, have a little romance, catch a few laughs? You can have it all with HBO and Cinemax weekend attractions. Guaranteed premieres every week on HBO and Cinemax. That's 2 nights of premiere movies 52 weeks a year. And get all these great cable channels.
Order cable TV, HBO, and Cinemax and get a special $9.95 installation, plus a free 20-minute prepaid long-distance calling card. Call 1-800-536-5400 today.
My son insisted we try America Online. I said, what's in it for us? Now I know better. America Online makes our lives easier. It saves time and money, too. Look, I'll show you. You've got mail. My wife's family is all over the map. Big phone bills. Now she uses email. Just point, click. She says it's a great way to keep in touch. I don't mind saving for retirement anymore. I can research mutual funds, chart all my stocks, and do my banking all from home anytime I want. Now I have more time for family fun, like playing computer games. We download all our favorites and get a teacher's help with homework. No wonder the kids area earned the Parents' Choice seal of approval. I used to be intimidated by the internet and the World Wide Web, but thanks to America Online's great new web browser, I'm right at home. And there's more. Scan hundreds of magazines, get sports scores, enjoy hobbies, even shop online. So call this toll-free number and get everything you need to make your life easier and more fun.
Call 1-800-380-4646 for your free startup kit and 50 free hours.
They come out at night. They prowl in the darkness. And they're closer than you think. But are coyotes a threat to your safety?
They come into the residential areas and kill the pets.
Or should they be afraid of us?
We cannot continue to kill our wildlife.
Discover urban coyotes. A Fox 4 News special report tomorrow at 10.
KLIF. It's the world's first live triple cast. It's Net Talk Live, sponsored in part by Downlink Technologies 2, North Texas's premier distributor and installer of DirectPC. Don't settle for the information highway when you can have the information Autobahn. DirectPC, it's the internet, just 28 times faster. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, we're back, folks. This is Net Talk Live. We're having a good time teaching about the internet and the World Wide Web. And, folks, you don't have to be on the internet to call into the show. All you have to do is want to know about the internet, want to ask your questions about the internet. It's for everyone, whether you're on it or not. We're here to answer your questions. Of course, we have a guest co-host this time. It's Joette Rhodes. Laura Lewis is on vacation there. Don't forget the numbers to know are 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. Those are the numbers to know. And, of course, you can always follow along on the internet. Please send us your email. Give us feedback during the show. If you love the show, you love what you're doing and what we're doing, let us know. Have our questions. You know, we normally get 300 or 400 pieces of email, Joette. It's like absolutely amazing. We've even got over 1,000 one time. I mean, that's a lot of email.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all.
It just kind of loads up and people ask their questions. Anyway, we do apologize. I want to let you know the phone lines are busy. It happens here on Net Talk Live every Sunday. The phone lines are busy. So now what you need to do is basically put your numbers on redial. That's the way it goes. Who's breathing in their mic? Somebody's sitting there with an open mic going, is that you, Mark?
Oh, my God.
What do you mean?
It's probably me.
It's a Joette thing.
It wasn't me.
Is that Joette? You're there going in their mics. Anyway, let's take an email question. We got an email. This particular email is from R.W. Whiteneye. Am I saying that right?
Richard Whiten.
Richard Whiten? Is that right? From he's on with America Online. He asked a question that says, sure is irritating when one can access your website on America Online, but for some reason, Prodigy's web server could not even recognize your site. He says, great show y'all had last Sunday night. I wish I could have logged on, by the way, to chat. He wanted to get on chat in the IRC. So, Dave, what's this going on when he said he couldn't reach the site through Prodigy? What do you think's going on?
Well, from what I can tell, it looks like Richard could get on through AOL, but the Prodigy would just shut down on him. This could be a couple things. It could be the routers between Prodigy and our site, which just like the plumbing in your house, these things get clogged on the internet. Next problem could be that, he just needs to refresh his browser. There's two buttons that I use a lot when things get clogged up. One of them is stop, that stops the transmission, and the other is reload, and usually that'll get it for you.
And so then he also asked about, I wish I could have logged on to the chat, and he wanted to know, Joette, if chat, which is where people talk back and forth through computers, was accessible through a web browser. So let's go over to our chat chick today. Let's go over to Kim Adams. Kim, you over there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi.
So how would we answer the second half of Richard's question that he wants to know is chat, should we say accessible through a web browser?
Yes, it is. Well, we would go to www.nettalklive.com
And you would go to the join chat icon and just click on there and just follow the instructions to get on chat and come chat with me.
And that's that way they can actually chat using a web browser, not the specific software, right?
That's correct.
So I want to let you know out there. Turn the camera back on Kim for a minute real quick. I want to let you know that when you're following chat during the show and you see Chat Chick logged on, that is Kim who you're talking to during the show. So that's who does it and kind of makes it go. Let's flip back and show Kim there. Kim, what do we do with your camera here? There she is, and there's chat going on.
Come see me, come join.
That's who you talk to when you're talking on chat. That's how it goes. So that's the way. So it's actually a lot of fun. And you know, Joette, you do chat, of course, and during the show and stuff. There's like a couple hundred people at times blowing through this chat, typing back and forth.
It's amazing.
It's pretty amazing since you got started with chat. Don't you like it?
I love it. So it's just no other way to go.
They all want to know who Joette is.
Oh. Well.
Joette, is that what they're asking, Kim?
That's right. They're asking where Laura is and who is that blonde.
Well,
which blonde? We have two. I don't know, Kim. I look out. I see a whole screen full of hi, Kim, go, Kim.
Well, the main blonde on tonight.
Go, girl, go, girl.
The main
anyway,
blonde.
Joette Rose. Well, Joette, of course, is one of our chat chicks here during the show. And you probably recognize Joette's face if you see her on television because she is the on-the-air personality for KLIF Radio.
That's right.
You have been, and this is absolutely true, outside of a newscaster in town, you have run, I don't know if you know this, but your show on the air with KLIF has run almost 4 times longer than all the newscasters in town. You've gotten a lot of airplay out of that one. So that's kind of where you recognize her from.
Now.
So it was kind of fun doing that show, wasn't it?
I loved it. So.
Anyway, let's take a call. Let's go to Joanne in Dallas.
Hi, Joanne.
Hello, hi.
Hi, you're on Net Talk Live.
Your show. And I have a quick question. Could you tell me who's the best internet service provider that you can recommend?
So you want a recommendation for the best internet service provider. We're going to do this real quick. Let's go over to Mark. Mark, of course, who would you recommend as a service provider? We have our own preferences. Who's yours?
Well, in Dallas, in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, would have to be Compunet. They're full-service internet provider in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, local dial-ups, all digital connections. It's who I use personally at home, and we also use their services to house the Net Talk Live services.
And their address on the web is what?
www.computech.net.
Okay, Dave, it's your turn. Who do you recommend?
I like to travel, so I'm going to have to go with Netcom. Netcom gives me dial-ups all over the United States, so wherever I go, there they are.
And then, of course, we'll go real quick to PC Man Keith. You over there, Keith? You get a chance to make your recommendation here.
Well, my favorite is IA.
And that is the Internet America 1-800-BE-A-GEEK Company. We will be right back. We're going to give you some cool websites. We got the Computer Currents news coming up and News on the Weird. We will be right back in just a few moments.
On the next heat of the night.
We're talking about a baby here in a dangerous condition.
An abandoned infant leads Gillespie to an alcoholic mother.
You ain't got no idea what it's like being a single mama with no work and no money.
She's sick. Well, what are we supposed to do?
And to an outlaw dad.
Where's the baby's father? He dumped me at 8 months pregnant.
A family doomed from the start in the heat of the night.
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
Tired of hearing the same wimpy top 40 oldies over and over on the Arrow? Try 92.5 KZPS for real classic rock, the music you grew up with.
92.5 KZPS, where every song's a classic.
Listen to 92.5 KZPS for nothing but great classic rock.
A slumlord is sentenced to house arrest in his own heartbreak hotel.
Sounds like poetic justice to me.
Where the girl next door is every man's loving dream.
All you ever wanted, all you ever dreamed of.
And living nightmare.
Show your soul.
Now, the legacy must battle the curse of the she-devil.
Break the chain! Break the chain!
Poltergeist, the legacy.
Monday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
Worried that someone you know has a drinking problem? Watch for these signs. Lies about drinking. Performs poorly at work. Tries to stop drinking but can't. Avoids family and friends. Accelerates use of alcohol. suffers memory lapses, loses control. If you have a problem with alcohol, Charter can help. Call Charter at 1-800-CHARTER. If you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
If you change your dial, you'll change your life.
Good morning. Hi, this is Kevin McCarthy on 570 KLIF, home of the Talk Team. Have you heard? If you change your dial, you'll change.
570 KLIF, the Talk Team.
Some fans think hockey comes naturally to Mike Madonna. The fact is, it took a lifetime of commitment, years of hard work, and countless practice shots.
Cold ice, cool game, hot TV.
Is this in my contract?
The hottest shot is Stars Hockey on Hot TV 27.
Triple Cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with Cyber Babe and your co-host Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. Internet news reporter, Leanne Harriet. PC man, Keith Talbot. Web freak, Phil Harvey. Chat chicks, Joette Rhodes and Kim Adams. Cyber reporter Scott Kelton Jones and your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Internet, computers, telephones, pagers, cellular, satellite, and services, all connected for solutions. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communications superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. Visit us on the World Wide Web at currents.net. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, we're back. This is Net Talk Live. We're here till midnight.
Yeah.
Answering your questions about the internet and the World Wide Web. The numbers to know are 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. And we're getting some pretty interesting questions here tonight. The phone lines are busy. That's the way it always goes here. But be patient, 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. Those are the numbers to know. Just keep us in your redial, and you'll get there. By the way, I want to say congratulations to John Brown in Dallas. He's the one that won the copy of Street Logic. He actually won that. It's $90, so, John, congratulations for finding that treasure hunt there. Anyway, let's go to an email question we got during the show. This is from Doug Moore. And he's with apdfw.com. And it says, "Say, folks, really enjoy your program. I'm new to the web and the internet, and I like all the help I can get. It's harder than I thought getting around the web. Some of the tips you guys give make it a little easier." This is actually an email. It says, "I have a suggestion, one whole show for newbies." He says he's having trouble getting around the web, and he tried using www.newbies.com, and to no surprise, he said he couldn't find it. There must be other non-computer gurus out there that could use the help. Just a thought, and that's his email there. Anyway, so let's go over to Keith, our PC man. And Keith, how would we answer Doug's question here? What's going on?
Well, the first thing is Newbies is not a .com, it is a .net. And one thing that he might like to try to do is if he goes to our webpage, which I do have up, and goes to Hot Sites, he will be able to go back through our archives and find the sites that we talk about on the show.
Oh, that's right. On our webpage, if you visit our webpage, and there's a little button or an icon down there that says Hot Sites. And if you click on that, actually, you can go to anything that's been archived during the show that we've talked about. Websites are actually archived there, and you can find them under the date they went on. So just go to the archive part. Hey, Keith,
Yes,
I just
sir.
want to ask you a question here. I mean, does it really make that big of a difference whether it's .net or .com or all this other? How sensitive is the internet to whether you type it incorrectly or not?
It's just like a street address. If you have the wrong street, you're not going to find the right house. So you've got to it's got to be correct.
It's got to be exactly. Is it case sensitive as well?
Yes. The internet, if you use lowercase, you're going to get anywhere. Most of the web browsers out there now, if you do put something in caps, they automatically translate it and send it out as lowercase.
Oh,
Wow.
so
Yeah, I think that's a great idea, though. I mean, maybe you guys have done that, and I'm just, an idiot and don't know that. But a show for beginners, completely. I mean, I have tons of friends who are just now getting on the internet, getting their computers, and they're all excited about it, and they're getting a little frustrated because they don't have a clue.
well, what we try to do is, as we try to do here, we try to make it for newbies, and we try to make
Right.
it for the people that have been surfing for a while. But what he was talking about there was his question is, and Doug made a simple mistake. He was going to a website that we talked about, which was www.newbies.net, and he gets used to hearing .com all the time,
Right.
and he typed in .com instead. So it just looked like the site was broken or he couldn't get there. And it's a real simple 3 little digit thing on the end that just totally blew it. So that's one of the first things to check if you can never get to a site, is make sure you wrote it down or typed it in correctly, and then don't forget it. So it's on our webpage.
Yeah.
That you can do that. Anyway, let's take a call. Let's see who we're going to get to. Let's take a call. Let's go to Brian in Garland.
Hi, Brian. You're on Net Talk Live.
Hi, yes, ma'am. I just bought a modem, installed the software for Compuserve.
Uh-huh.
It dialed in. It came with the little screen for the clock. The only problem was I had a gray screen. Other than that, what happened?
So you're trying to get to the net, and you sign in with Compuserve, and all of a sudden your screen just turned gray.
Correct.
And you want to kind of find...
Except for the clock with that shows you how long you've been on and it's going to bill you for however many minutes or hours you're going to be on there.
Oh, so you're being billed and you're looking at nothing.
Right.
Ouch, that hurts.
Well, I mean, that's not too awful bad because it didn't last that long, but I don't want it to continue to happen.
I understand. So, Dave, how would we answer Brian's question here? What's going on?
Brian, you've hit a pothole on the information superhighway.
Oh, boy.
Now, luckily, you didn't have any flat tires, so what I do is just reinstall your Compuserve software and maybe look for a newer version. A lot of magazines come with the free software. You could have even had a bad disk when you installed your first version.
So, Keith, you have anything to add to that we can say for Brian here that might help him out? Why did he get a gray screen?
Well, I would suggest that he get a direct internet connection and see how that works for him.
So there you go. Brian, you're actually not connecting direct to the internet with Compuserve, so you might consider a direct online provider. But do like Dave said, just go get a new disc from a magazine, load it up, and that should take care of your problem.
Okay.
We appreciate your call, Brian. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Well, of course, it's that time again. It's a segment that we do during the show. It's called our Computer Currents Internet News is what it's called. And, Computer Currents magazine is all across the nation reporting on computers and the internet industry and the like. So now it's time for our Computer Currents Internet News with Leanne Harriet. And here she goes.
Around town this week, I'm Leanne Harriet, editor of Computer Currents, and here's the news. For road warriors, the battle is close to over. Many hotels are now making internet access a standard feature. The Fourth Communications Network will offer high-speed net access and email services. More than a dozen hotels, including some Holiday Inns, Embassy Suites, and Hilton chains, already offer the service, and about 50,000 hotel rooms are expected to be added. In technical news, AudioNet, a developer of real-time video streaming over the internet, is a participant in the new NBC Desktop Video Technology Showcase. The showcase is aimed at corporations that want to use video technology with their local area networks. Video Live lets net users view video over the internet in real time. instead of downloading a clip and launching it with a separate application from their desktop. And finally tonight, AOL is headed back to court. Cyber Promotion said it will wrangle again with America Online in the U.S. District Court over its main way of conducting business, which is sending unsolicited commercial emails over the internet. Cyber Promotions is seeking injunctive relief against AOL, saying AOL's special email blocking feature violates U.S. antitrust laws. The company feels that AOL's efforts to block email from Cyber Promotions was not to protect AOL members, but instead to monopolize direct electronic advertising to 7 million AOL users. And that's the news. Be sure to pick up your free copy of Computer Currents around town this week. It's available at bookstores, computer stores, and selected 7-Elevens. For Net Talk Live Internet News, I'm Leanne Harriet.
Thanks, Leanne. It kind of happens here with live TV and stuff. I have a mic turned down and stuff. Kind of my fault, and I wasn't giving her any sound. That's the way it happens. Folks, I want to send you on another one. This is another giveaway from the show. We're giving away another Dallas Mavericks basketball signed by all the Mavericks. It's a really popular one that we give away on the show. So write this down. At 7:30 tomorrow morning, right here on 570 KLIF, in the Norm Hitzges shows. 7:30. Call in and know the phrase that pays, and you'll win this basketball signed by all the Mavericks. Ready? The phrase that pays is Snapple and Pineapple. That's all you need to know is Snapple and Pineapple. Be the first caller at 7:30 in the morning at 570 KLF, right here on 570 KLF at 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. That's at 7:30 in the morning during the Norm Hitzges show, and you will actually win that basketball. You know, people love that basketball. It was something we just kind of threw in there one time, Joette.
I don't blame them.
Isn't that cool?
Autographed and everything. Hell, I take it.
All the Mavericks signed for it. Well, when we come back, we've got some pretty nifty-looking people with some pretty funky suits, should we talk about. And don't forget, we're giving away the Atom Software T-shirts. We're going to have some fun. You got to stay tuned for this one. Don't forget, you might be meeting Sylvester Stallone face-to-face. We're going to tell you how to do it, and you're going to meet and find out who these people are, all when Net Talk Live returns.
Hot TV asks, do you know which witch? Which witch flies on a big brown broom? Which witch drives a big ugly tank? Which witch casts a spell with the twitch of her nose? Which witch downs brew when things get rough? Which witch has a meddling mother? Which witch is the meddling mother? Two witches, a bag full of tricks. A double dose of Mama's Family brewed around Bewitched. Weeknights at 5 on KDFI Hot TV 27.
Don't miss Jamboree in the Park, a colorful fall festival with entertainment for the entire family. This event will feature the 4th annual Toys Benefit Dressage Show, testing the skill of both horse and rider. This is an official equestrian competition. Any type of horse can excel in dressage, including the Texas favorite, the quarter horse. Round up and have your family join the Fox 4 family in a day filled with fun.
It's the world's first triple cast. It's Net Talk Live. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun. Net Talk is everything you need to know about the internet and how to use it. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide on the internet. It's the world's first triple cast. It's Net Talk Live.
Amazing people, incredible events, they're all on real TV. A man lies trapped in this helicopter crash with his head underwater, but his friend suddenly lifts the whole chopper off the ground with his bare hands. You'll see it as it happens. Then these guys drive straight toward a Texas-sized twister that's roaring almost a mile wide. And this stuntman braves police and jumps off this bridge to the Ocean Bay 250 feet below. If it's on tape, it's on real TV.
Monday at 6:30 on Hot TV 27. What's hot tomorrow? Hot TV. On Hot TV 27. Tomorrow night at 7 on Poltergeist, The Legacy. An evil force takes over an entire apartment building and must be stopped. Then at 8, Mitch is forced to find missing lifeguards after the beach becomes mysteriously haunted. Tomorrow at 8 on Baywatch Nights. If it's hot, you've got to watch. Hot TV 27, tomorrow night.
Get in on the action. Enter the FX Password to Prizes, sponsored by 1-800-COLLECT and the Microsoft Network. Identify Angie's user ID in an upcoming episode of FX the Series and send in your entry on a 3x5 card or enter via the Microsoft Network. You could win a 1997 Acura Integra LS, a Sea-Doo HX, a Packard Bell PC, a Nokia mobile phone, and more. Watch FX the Series and win big.
Tuesday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
We're back with the world's first live triple cast. It's Net Talk Live. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, there you go. Who are those people standing in our hallway looking like they've been skinned? Well, we're going to tell you who they are. In the next hour, you're going to get to meet them. We're having fun. We're giving away some software. The numbers to know are 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. We apologize. All the phone lines are busy. That's kind of the way it is on Net Talk Live. Just keep on hitting redial, and hopefully you'll get into the show. Time for some email. Let's take an email question real quick. This came from Steve Fincher, I guess I'm saying that right. Steve Fincher, and he asked a question here in email. Can you help me understand how to submit URLs to the search engine? Of course, Joette, that's the name on the internet, like www.nettalklive.com. That's what's called a URL or URL.
Ah.
That's what it is. It's kind of just like your address on the internet or your phone number for the internet.
All right.
So he wants to know how he can submit it to the search engines. That's where you find something on the internet. And he says he's been trying to get this done for quite some time. And every time he adds it to a search engine, he can't find it. And this was an email, and he says, I love your show, and thanks for helping us understand the internet. So let's go over to Mark Markham, our own web guy. Mark, how would we answer his question here? Well, you got to hit the button.
I was just practicing with Leanne.
That's okay.
It's a button thing tonight. Nobody
That's
can.
right. That's right. That's a good question. And one of the things that we do when we're when webmasters are trying to get their web pages out onto the internet so people can find them is use a little service. It's free, or well, it's mostly free, and it's called Submit It. And you would go to www.submit-it.com. That's you have to don't miss a little dash. You got to have the little dash mark in there. It's submit-it.com. And what you can do is fill out a form one time, and it will automatically go out and submit all that information to a bunch of different search engines, about 30 I think right now, all at one time. It makes it a lot easier for you if you're trying to get your website out there.
Yeah, so that, you know, they actually saw me get out of my seat. Did you catch that, Mark? Here you're giving this answer and stuff, and I'm going, great, he's covering for me, and I can get up and run real quick because we're going to take another call on the net meeting over the net and stuff, so I went to get the information on it. So, you know, I did. I got busted right there in the middle.
The technology has caught us. As much as we love it.
As much as I think I'm hiding behind a camera as I run in something like that, hey, that's the way web TV goes, or, you know, live TV goes. Anyway, let's go to, let's go to line 4. Let's go to Robert in Mesquite.
Hi, Robert. You're on Net Talk Live. How are you?
Just fine, yourself.
Good.
My question had to do with, you were talking earlier about the modems when you were upgrading. Which is better to have? I know you were talking about the U.S. Sportster. Is it the internal or the external? Which one would be better to get?
So he kind of wants to know, Robert wants to know, and let me explain this to you, Joette. Okay. There's two types of modems. A modem stands for modulate, demodulate. That's the little device in your computer that actually communicates with the internet, sends the signal back and forth. Right. There's two ways or two types of modems to get. One that's inside your computer, that's actually you have to take off the case and mount it in, and the one that's outside kind of sets on top and stuff like that.
Kind of portable, is it?
Right, I guess you could call it portable. You can use it from computer to computer. Okay. That's actually a good way to do it. So our own gadget guy there. So Dave, how would you answer Robert's question?
Robert, if you don't like to take the case off your computer, you got to go external. The external modems, every now and then run into little problems though. The cable could be bad, et cetera, et cetera. So you might want to go with an internal for ease of use.
Okay.
Any particular one you'd recommend, Dave?
U.S. robotics modems, either internal or external, depending on if he wants to get it into the case or not, and just run by Communication Expo and grab one of those things.
Yeah, you can actually do that. Go to Communication Expo in North Dallas. But Robert, I want to let you know that I personally switched to an external modem simply because you don't have to crack open your computer. You can see it operate on the outside. It has all these nice little lights if you're into that. But the most important thing is you know when it's working. You don't have to guess when your modem dies on you. You don't have to guess. So I would recommend getting an external one. Besides being pretty at night and it lights up with all these lights, it's actually easy to tell when you have a problem with it.
Yeah.
So, Robert, we appreciate your phone call.
All right, thank you.
Thanks a lot, buddy. You know, that's actually, we talk about it, you just think it's bells and whistles and a little funny lights and stuff, Joette. But I'm actually telling you, to see those lights on the outside of the modem working, and when I crack open a computer, I just tend to just blow it apart or something. I mean, I can't make it work. And you see the little lights blinking and stuff. I know. It gives me comfort to know my modem's working.
Well, Giovanna, as a girl, I like all those little flashing lights and buttons and things. So
it's good. You can actually look at it and you know it's working. I thought it's pretty valid to do it.
You like those flashing lights.
Hey, you're the gadget guy. You're supposed to promote the gadgets, my friend.
I'll show you some blinking lights.
Hello.
Wow. When we come back, of course, we have the weird news on the net, as we always do. We've got some 6 cool websites. Stay tuned, because when we come back in the next segment, we're going to send you to some very, very cool websites that'll teach you how to use the net, how to use the tools of the net, how to do some fun stuff on the net, and we may take another call from overseas if we can get to it. All when Net Talk Live returns right here. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
I want to know why. Why my daughter? What did she do to you?
It's a young woman's worst nightmare. A casual day turns from innocent fun, harmless conversation to rape, in some cases to murder. How does it happen? It takes a young man with evil in his heart and the date rape drug in his possession. Today you'll hear from the women who fell victim to this tragic scenario. You'll hear from their families on the next Geraldo Rivera Show.
Monday at noon on Hot TV 27. What's hot tomorrow? Hot TV. On Hot TV 27. Tomorrow night at 7 on Poltergeist, The Legacy, an evil force takes over an entire apartment building and must be stopped. Then at 8, Mitch is forced to find missing lifeguards after the beach becomes mysteriously haunted. Tomorrow at 8 on Baywatch Nights. If it's hot, you've got to watch Hot TV 27 tomorrow night.
The information you need when you want it. Call Internet America's 4 in Touch at 299 Fox 4. The latest news, sports, and weather reports. Free, 24 hours a day. Last night's lottery numbers, today's horoscopes, or the interactive town center when you want it. Call Internet America's 4 in Touch at 299 Fox 4. Sponsored by 1-800-BE-A-GEEK Internet America. They come out at night. They prowl in the darkness. And they're closer than you think. But are coyotes a threat to your safety?
They come into the residential areas and kill the pets.
Or should they be afraid of us?
We cannot continue to kill our wildlife.
Discover urban coyotes. A Fox 4 News special report tomorrow at 10.
Imagine if you could win a free trip to Disney World.
How would you like to be invited to a movie party?
Or get free tickets to a Dallas Stars home game.
The more you read, the more you score. If you're in grades 1 through 8, just ask your parent or teacher to register you and to Read for the Stars by calling 4 in Touch at 299 Fox 4.
Read for the Stars, brought to you by Fox 4, AMC Theaters, your local Lincoln Mercury dealers, the Dallas Stars, and half-price books.
To buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to buzz.
So don't you buzz me!
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy?
I'm going out with my friend. Hi, I'm Andy Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dreams. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27.
We're back. Net Talk Live, brought to you by Intelitech, the makers of Street Logic. follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, that's the T-shirt you get when you call tonight, 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. It's the Adam and Eve Across America Tour. They're here, and we're going to find out about their wonderful Adam, the Inside Story software later on in the show. You are participating in Net Talk Live. We're a triple cast, which means you hear us on the radio, you watch us on television, and you hear us over the internet. And if you joined us earlier, we actually took a very cool call from England right over the computer,
Yes,
Joette.
we
Wasn't that
did.
awesome?
I know.
Thinking about it, it was 4:30 in the morning there, and we're here in Dallas, Texas, and it was about 10, right after the 10 o'clock hour that we took that call, and it's 4:30 in the morning over there. And besides doing the call and hearing his question, do you realize that we were talking to Ireland absolutely free, no long distance charges? That's one of the cool things about the internet. You like that?
That is. I know. It just makes me wish I had relatives overseas.
I actually know that somebody, I was talking to one of the people at the television stations, and that has like 6 or 7 family members that's all out across the country, and they actually use that to communicate with each other. Anyway, you're seeing Joette Rhodes, which is our guest co-host. She's normally one of our chat chicks. She's having fun here today while Laura Lewis is taking a brief vacation during the show. But, hey, Mark, I know you put up found some cool websites and stuff. Let's kind of take these people to these websites that you found, and let's start surfing on the net to kind of tell them where to go. So what do you have for us tonight?
Website finding. We're gonna get this right tonight. I'm telling you.
We're gonna have to get you tonight. I mean, you always hit that button time. We're gonna have to get you your own personal mic button pusher tonight.
I need to put a pickle on my finger so I can reach the button. That's what I need to do.
Pickle.
Yeah, you got to have a pickle long enough to reach the button. Not
Pickle.
a cucumber, because that's just not right.
Would that be a dill pickle or a sweet pickle?
Well, Joette, for you, it would have to be a sweet pickle.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, will you quit kissing up to each other and get to these websites, guys?
Okay, a good chat site. Somebody we asked a lot last week about chat sites. Go to the Hard Rock Cafe in Tel Aviv. Tel Aviv, can you believe that? www.hardrock-tel-aviv.co.il.
And of course, that's on our website, so you can link right to it.
I don't have to say it again. And that's a great website. They got an online chat right there from Tel Aviv. You can get right into that. That's funny. Now, the next one is a lot of fun. It's brand new. It just came out. I think it just actually launched a day or so ago. It's the brand new Microsoft Network website. We had this on last week for a news show, but it's brand new. It's completely activated. You've got to go see this website. There's a good shot of it. The next website is for new people on the internet. You've heard a lot about ActiveX Technologies. It's called the ActiveX Press, and you can go there.
What is ActiveX? And we'll cover the rest of your sites, of course, coming up in the later segment. But what is ActiveX? We keep on hearing this, Mark. How does ActiveX work, and what is it?
ActiveX is it's a way that we run a program on your computer from our server side and do all kinds of cool things. I mean, from changing colors to changing words to giving you animation and video and audio. It's great.
Isn't that kind of the new wave of the internet, right? One of the new
things. It's a tidal wave on the internet.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to finish with these cool sites, and we've got weird news on the net. Don't worry about it. We're going to have some fun, give away some software, all when Net Talk Live returns right after this.
On the next heat of the night,
we're talking about a baby here in a dangerous condition.
An abandoned infant leads Gillespie to an alcoholic mother.
You ain't got no idea what it's like being a single mama with no work and no money.
She's sick.
Well, what are we supposed to do?
And to an outlaw dad.
Where's the baby's father? He dumped me at 8 months pregnant.
A family doomed from the start in the heat of the night.
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
Now, after you've finished an ice-cold Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper, chill out at a Dallas Stars hockey game. Take any Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper can to the Reunion Arena box office. Get $5 off all November home games. Cold ice, cool game, Hot TV. $5 off great hockey action. Brought to you by Hot TV 27, Fox 4, the Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of Texas, WBAP News Talk 820, and KPLEX. Call 214-GO-STARS for more information.
Want to try something new this fall? Get some action, have a little romance, catch a few laughs?
You can have it all with HBO and Cinemax weekend attractions. Guaranteed premieres every week on HBO and Cinemax. That's 2 nights of premiere movies 52 weeks a year. And get all these great cable channels.
Order cable TV, HBO, and Cinemax and get a special $9.95 installation, plus a free 20-minute prepaid long-distance calling card. Call 1-800-536-5400 today.
Hot TV asks, do you know which witch? Which witch flies on a big brown broom? Which witch drives a big ugly tank? Which witch casts a spell with the twitch of her nose? Which witch downs brew when things get rough? Which witch has a meddling mother? Which witch is the meddling mother? 2 witches, a bag full of tricks. A double dose of Mama's Family brewed around Bewitched. Weeknights at 5 on KDFI Hot TV 27.
Don't miss Jamboree in the Park, a colorful fall festival with entertainment for the entire family. This event will feature the 4th annual Toys Benefit Dressage Show, testing the skill of both horse and rider. This is an official equestrian competition. Any type of horse can excel in dressage, including the Texas favorite, the quarter horse. Round up and have your family join the Fox 4 family in a day filled with fun.
Amazing people, incredible events, they're all on real TV. A man lies trapped in this helicopter crash with his head underwater, but his friend suddenly lifts the whole chopper off the ground with his bare hands. You'll see it as it happens. Then these guys drive straight toward a Texas-sized twister that's roaring almost a mile wide. And this stuntman braves police and jumps off this bridge to the Ocean Bay 250 feet below. If it's on tape, it's on real TV.
Monday at 6:30 on Hot TV 27.
It's the world's first triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with Cyber Babe and your co-host Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy Dave Matthews. Webhead Mark Markham. Internet news reporter Leanne Harriet. PC man Keith Talbot. Web freak Phil Harvey. Chat chicks Joette Rhodes and Kim Adams. Cyber reporter Scott Kelton Jones and your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Internet, computers, telephones, pagers, cellular, satellite, and services. All connected for solutions. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communications superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. Visit us on the World Wide Web at currents.net. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, look at that. There's some pretty funky outfits. We're going to tell you how they work. We're going to tell you what they're up to. It's Atom Software. They're joining us here in the studio, and there's kind of a reflective look at beautiful downtown. As we start in the second hour, of course, the numbers in order are 787-1570 or 800-583-1570. Of course, we have our guest co-host, Joette Rhodes, kind of joining us here.
Hi.
Laura Lewis is out on a very brief vacation, kind of taking it easy, and we're doing the show here and having fun, and we're going to get you into some cool software. But first, I want to actually take an email real quick during the show. You know, we get emails all the time, and people can send us email at nettalk@nettalklive.com. But let's read this email here. It was this is from David Dodson. David Dodson. It says, I was wondering, before I got my computer, I gamed out only on Sega. And at the time, Sega had X-band modem play. That's where people could play back and forth, you know, in different cities. And you did not have other people's phone numbers or any kind of link to them. The X-band just did it for you. If my little old Sega could do that, why can't they do that with their computer without having to know an address or anything? And it's the same question with See You, See Me, where the cameras and stuff on the net. And thanks a ton, love the show a lot. So, Dave, how would we explain the other Dave's question about playing games over the internet? What would you suggest?
Yeah, Sega wanted you to pay basically a subscription to get connected to all those other games. On the internet, what you'll need to do is go to your favorite game's website, and from there, look for a listing of numbers. The good news is that it's free. You no longer have to pay a subscription. Next thing, check out this new online games called ICI Games, and I have it here on my screen if we want to flip over to it. Interactive Creations has a couple games that you can play via the internet, and Warbirds is the one that's out now, and a new one coming out, Planetary Raiders.
You know, Dave, I've heard about the Warbirds, and folks, you really need to check out this site. Is it, Dave, is it ICIgames.com? Is that the URL?
That is correct.
Yeah, ICIgames.com. Joette, this is kind of the wave of the future on the internet here. Here's how it works. They have this website. Warbirds is like a World War II fighter pilot game. And you can get like these little pedals, you know, like where you get, you know, the controllers where you can do airplanes and stuff. You buy those and you play their games. But what's really cool about it over the internet, and David out there, Dodson, who asked that question, you'll like this simply because you can actually fly airplanes and do dogfights and do bombing runs. You pick your countries, you pick your squadrons, but you can play with up to 250 other people simultaneously, real time, shooting each other down. And I'm telling you, when you get, I've seen this game firsthand. It's really awesome. When you get into it, you fly around. If you're looking in your plane, wherever you look in your cockpit, it actually gives you all the views. It does all the newest technology from the internet, but you're playing in real time, and you actually do fighter pilot type stuff right over the internet. And you can actually do chat back and forth. And I think they're hooking up audio to it where you can talk back and forth, like this internet phone stuff we do, where you can talk back and forth to your squadron. And these guys get together. People not only are playing this game at any time, dropping in. You may be fighting somebody in India that's got a net connection. You know, it's actually pretty cool. You can actually do that.
Well, ever since I watched Top Gun, I've always wanted to do something like that. So I feel like that'd be totally cool.
Oh, you're going to try it out. You're doing it right there on your computer. You can actually fight. It's really realistic. It's a pretty awesome thing to do. So we suggest you check that out. Anyway, let's take a quick call. Let's go to the 800 line. Let's go to Stan in Weatherford.
Hi, Stan. You're on Net Talk Live.
Hi.
Hi.
Great show. I really appreciate you doing a good job.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate you tuning in.
My question is, a lot of times when I download a article, and the article seems to be wider than the screen on my computer, and I'd like to know what can I do to compress it so that I can read it completely on the computer screen instead of going back and forth with that bottom scroll bar.
So this is something on the net when you go download a site, when you're looking at a site.
Right.
Right? And you want to know how to make it all fit in your screen. So let's go over to our web guy. Let's go to our web head, Mark Markham. How would you answer this there, Mark? What do we got going on in there? We were getting jump up and down.
I think they're looking for his button.
No, I had the button that time, by golly. No problem. You know what? This is really kind of nifty because this is a great answer. There's nothing you can do.
Oh,
nothing.
I've got a couple gadgety things.
Actually, there's a couple of gadgety things, I'm sure, but one of the one thing that's typical is, and it's a relatively new tag that webmasters use, is what we call a percent tag for like dividers or some images. And for instance, we use what we call a 95% tag for our dividers. Rather than them being extremely long and all of a sudden you have these left and right maneuvers on the website, it actually allows it to fit all in one page.
But that's something you did on the website.
Right. That's right.
Okay, we got actually three different opinions here. First, let's go over to PC Man Keith. Keith, I know you have a suggestion here for Stan. What would you suggest he do to look at these websites on one screen?
Well, one thing that you can do is you can actually change your font size in Microsoft Explorer. Or the Internet Explorer, it's go to View Fonts, and you can set it to larger, smaller, and smallest. If you try smallest, maybe it'll all fit on the screen.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. So, Dave, what would you recommend?
The last thing's what I do is put the screen in an 800 by 600 resolution, so everything gets crunched tighter and tighter in the screen.
So an 800 by 600 resolution. Well, there you go, Stan. You got three options, my friend.
And how do I do
that? So, Keith, let's tell him how to change his font size in his browser. So, Stan, do you use Netscape or Internet Explorer?
Netscape.
Okay. Can you do it in Netscape over there, Keith?
I don't have Netscape on my computer. What it should do is it should either have a large A and a small A, and if you click on the small A, your font size will reduce.
Is that just where does he find that in the browser?
It should be on his toolbar. Other thing is go through the menus, look, and you'll see a selection saying font, and then choose that, and it should give you a choice of different sizes.
Well, there you go, Stan. Try that out and let us know how it works.
All right.
We appreciate your phone call.
Thanks.
That was actually pretty good. We had 3 different suggestions from all 3 of the people answering the questions there.
So when they were talking about the fonts, is it pretty much like if you had like Windows, Word for Windows and that sort of thing, the same kind of toolbar? Or
Exactly. Exactly. It works the same way, right, Dave? It's exactly as like a word processing document.
That's right. Same way. Whether it's on the web or on your word processing or Excel spreadsheet, it's all the same.
That's fantastic.
Well, that's a pretty good thing to know. I think we're going to try one of these. You know, we added a new feature in the show here, and we want to try one of these net meetings and see if we can take another phone call. Jeff, are you ready in there? Let's see if we can do it again. We're gonna see just a lot of these. Last one we took was from Ireland, and what this is, folks, so you understand, this is somebody calling through their computer into the show, asking a question. There's no long distance charges, no matter where you are. But I think what we have now is we have RB in Wichita Falls. He's calling in over his computer. It's Randy. Am I saying that right? Is it Binkney? Randy, you there?
Yes, I am. That's correct. Randy Binkney.
Binkney.
Oh, it's absolutely, and it just got greater with this call here.
Charges to do it. This is kind of the wave of the internet. So, Randy, what's your question for us tonight?
Well, I've had a computer for 3 days total, and first off, this is just amazing that what we're doing here. But my question is, a friend at work told me about something called StreamWorks, I believe it is, where you can actually watch live broadcasts from televisions all around the world, and I was wanting to ask you about that, if that's true, if you can do that, and what it's all about.
Well, that's actually a good question. I think that I actually have to applaud Randy. That's actually pretty good. He said he's had a computer for a couple of days, and here he is already doing this long-distance stuff. So, Dave, what do you know about this StreamWorks stuff and serving video up over the internet?
There's a couple companies. StreamWorks is one of them. Video Live, that's video. We heard about it a little earlier in the Computer Currents news. They're doing streaming video. It's low res. It's not very fast speed. But
when you say low res, what do you mean?
Well, it's usually a very small window, like the size of a postage stamp.
Wow. That's small.
Well, okay, maybe we've got 2 stamps now. The technology is getting better. But as people get faster and faster connections to the internet, we'll be able to watch movies in full screen mode.
So, Keith, over there, PC Man, Keith, have you been able to try any of this video streaming stuff and see it work for yourself?
We've played around with it a little bit. It's still in its infancy. It's definitely going to get better. And one day, hopefully, it'll get to TV quality.
Is it something that's going to be free also?
Yeah, it'll be free. You know, you can actually. We've been working on it for the show. That's one of the things we haven't introduced. Now we got the net meeting done. We've got another one coming out called Web Crossing. Mark and Brandon and stuff are trying to incorporate all the technology of the internet to it, so people can see it right here on the show and see how it works. But what actually is going on is we're soon going to start serving the video feed for the television show. Of course, we're a television show and a radio show. Are we a radio show on TV or are we a television show on radio? I forget. Anyway, we're going to start sending out the video signal over the internet so people can watch as well. So, Mark, kind of what would you say is the ETA for that, Mark?
Equipment. Equipment is the ETA for that. Actually, when we get the equipment in and get it set up, I'm going to say probably a good 4, maybe 5 weeks. We're hoping to kick it off by Christmas.
Well, now is your time to make a plea for a sponsor for that.
Yes, send equipment, video stream, VideoNet. We're okay. Send equipment. Is that pleaful enough?
Shameless,
well,
shameless.
Hey, it's you know, we're doing something right when we can make you beg on TV. Anyway, it's time to do a treasure hunt here real quick. Fire up your web browsers. This treasure hunt is for a Melissa Etheridge CD, her brand new CD. And don't forget, we got another one coming up later in the hour where you might be able to meet Sylvester Stallone. The prize hotline number is 787-1011. That's 787-1011. Here's what you do. Go to cityview.com. That's cityview.com. There's a direct link from our webpage. There's a medallion you're looking for. It's the Net Talk Live prize medallion. You can actually see it on our page when you click on this week's hot site. Then from there, what you want to do is you want to go to cityview.com. Go out to cityview.com and find that medallion and be the first caller at 787-1011, and you're going to win the new Melissa Etheridge CD. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Is it Etheridge?
Etheridge.
Am I saying that right? I was kind of watching an interview with her last night. She's like, got cojones. She's like a pretty tough lady, writes some pretty stout music. She's got a massive following.
Yeah, I love her voice. I like her stuff. I really do.
Yeah, and she's coming to Dallas. In fact, we gave away tickets last week, didn't we? We gave away tickets last week for one of the treasure hunts to doing it. And we got another treasure hunt coming up later in the show where you could actually go to Planet Hollywood. And you may be one of the lucky ones to meet Sly Stallone.
Yeah.
Yo, Adrian!
I knew you were gonna do
Adrian,
that.
I won the tickets. I'm going.
I was
No.
waiting.
That's pretty bad when you're waiting on that one.
Oh,
Don't come back.
Let's take a call. Let's go to, we'll do this real quick. Let's go to Jeanette in Wiley.
Hi, Jeanette. You're on Neck Talk Live.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a question. We installed AOL, and it goes through and it asks us for the phone numbers. And we get through the first phone number fine, and then it asks us for a second phone number, I guess, to where we get in.
Right. It's the first primary number you call in to access their site, and the secondary number you call if that one's busy.
Right. Well, when we get through the second one, it freezes. We can't get anywhere. We have to turn the computer off to even...
Is that only when you use that second phone number, or just when you're entering in the second phone number?
Well, we installed it, and this is as far as we've gotten.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, let's go to our gadget guy. He's familiar with this AOL, America Online stuff. So, Dave, how would you answer this?
I've got something up my short sleeve for that. Have you called the 800 number to get signed up initially yet?
Yes.
Okay. Did that dial work?
Because it says dialing 800 number, and it goes through and it says an initializing modem, and it does all of that.
Can you hear the horrendous screeching that the modem? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. If you're getting that far, what I would do is try and just use a single number for your entry, and then just ignore the second number altogether, and it might work for you.
Okay.
Jeanette, try that. Hopefully it'll work for you. Just put in the one number instead of two numbers. That might actually help you out. Coming up in the next segment, we've got the treasure hunt for the Planet Hollywood stuff. And don't forget, we've got the people in these funky bodysuits, kind of look like they've had their skins peeled. It's Atom Software, and their CD does exactly that. It's the rave for your child. We'll be right back.
What's hot tomorrow? On Hot TV 27. Tomorrow night at 7 on Poltergeist, The Legacy, an evil force takes over an entire apartment building and must be stopped. Then at 8, Mitch is forced to find missing lifeguards after the beach becomes mysteriously haunted. Tomorrow at 8 on Baywatch Nights. If it's hot, you've got to watch. Hot TV 27, tomorrow night.
They come out at night. They prowl in the darkness. And they're closer than you think. But are coyotes a threat to your safety?
They come into the residential areas and kill the pets.
Or should they be afraid of us?
We cannot continue to kill our wildlife.
Discover Urban Coyotes, a Fox 4 News special report tomorrow at 10.
Hungry for a challenge? Take Church's Tender Strips Challenge. If after one bite you don't love the crispy marinated flavor of Church's original Tender Strips, you'll get your money back guaranteed. Just one bite and you'll know they're the best Tender Strips around. Just one bite and you'll love that all white meat chicken marinated and cooked to crispy perfection. So take the Church's Tender Strips Challenge. Guaranteed. One bite is all you need. And while you're at Church's, pick up 8 big pieces of chicken and family mashed potatoes for just $4.99.
Gotta love it. It's the world's first triple cast. It's Net Talk Live. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun. Net Talk is everything you need to know about the internet and how to use it. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio, and sent worldwide on the internet. It's the world's first triple cast. It's Net Talk Live.
Some fans think hockey comes naturally to Mike Madonna.
The fact is, it took a lifetime of commitment, years of hard work, and countless practice shots.
Cold ice, cool game, hot TV.
Is this in my contract?
The hottest shot is Stars Hockey on Hot TV 27.
Get in on the action. Enter the FX Password to Prizes, sponsored by 1-800-COLLECT and the Microsoft Network. Identify Angie's user ID in an upcoming episode of FX the Series and send in your entry on a 3x5 card or enter via the Microsoft Network. You could win a 1997 Acura Integra LS, a Sea-Doo HX, a Packard Bell PC, a Nokia mobile phone, and more. Watch FX the Series and win big.
Tuesday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
We're back with the world's first live triple cast. It's Net Talk Live. Brought to you by AudioNet, the broadcast network on the internet. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, there you go. That's our new jackets. You're going to be able to get those eventually on our website. They're going to be available. They're made for us by the folks at Logo ID in Addison, Texas. They're really great. Logo ID. You need to talk to Mara Lee. They do it. Their number is 250-1414. You need to talk to them. They do an absolutely fantastic job. It's Logo ID, and they made all our jackets for us, and we're actually going to start making those available on our website. Don't you think that's pretty cool?
Oh, those are smart-looking jackets.
I like it. Anyway, let's take an email here. This email came to us. It's from Harold, Harrill, Harold Parks, and Harold asked a question of this show with his email. He says, I think a couple of weeks ago on Net Talk Live mentioned that there was a site on the internet that sold computer equipment. He says, I can't remember where the site is located. Let's go over to Dave. Dave, how would you answer Harold's question?
We do a cool thing here on Net Talk Live. From our website, we've got a link called Hot Sites. And anytime we talk about a site on the show, you can just go to our Hot Site link, click on it, and you'll be able to see the places we talked about. Now, a new site I've got on my screen here that I would like to talk about is NetBuyer. NetBuyer is sponsored by Computer Shopper. They make about a phone book-sized magazine that tells every product everywhere. NetBuyer will let you enter the product you want to look for and then give you the price of mail order companies across the nation.
And you can actually just find, you can buy, do they take transactions over it as well?
You can. What I did was this week I was looking for a couple sound cards. Plugged in the sound card I wanted, did all the searches, and I got to pick half a dozen 800 numbers because I'm still a little leery about putting my credit card out there across the internet. But I got the phone numbers and called them up and made the order. So it's great.
So it was actually a pretty handy resource. I imagine that's pretty great when you come in at Christmas time. What's the address for that site on the internet there?
That site is www.netbuyer.com.
Netbuyer.com. That's actually pretty cool. I'm going to have to check that one out for myself. Let's go to a call real quick. Let's go to Veronica in Carrollton.
Hi, Veronica. You're on Net Talk Live.
I love you guys. You're so great.
Thanks a lot.
We love you too.
We appreciate it.
Go out and jump on.
Oh, Veronica.
it
almost
rhymes tonight. What can we do for you, Veronica?
I have a quick question, hopefully. All right, I'm a newbie, and I've got Microsoft Works. I've got DallasNet as my provider, and I've got Netscape Navigator Gold. Okay, my problem is twofold. One, I use FaxWorks through my Microsoft Works to answer my telephone when I'm not here. It's my answering service. It stays on all the time. I've got, with the Netscape Navigator Gold, I've also got PCN, which updates. It's the weather service. It updates like every 6 hours or so is how I have it set up. It's also my screensaver. When I'm gone, when it tries to update, because FaxWorks is on, it won't update. When I come back and I get on my computer, basically I get all these messages and everything opens up. My DallasNet, Netscape opens up, my email. I mean, everything opens up, and I can't do anything until it finishes going through its whole process. And then it says that it never connected and it never updated.
So what would you exactly like us to help you with?
Oh, boy.
Teach you how to fax, teach you how to do mail, how to use your Netscape. I'm not exactly sure.
I want to be able to still have my FaxWorks running while I'm gone because it answers my phone, but I also want PCN to update. That would be one thing.
You know, what you've done, Veronica. I'm actually gonna go to two people. I'm gonna go over to PC Man. I'm gonna go to Keith first, and then I'm gonna go over to Dave. But you have happened to have chosen one of the most, how do I want to say this, conflicting pieces of software when you got a fax machine software program running in the background. I know these tech guys have some pretty horrendous problems with it. So Keith over there, Mr. PC Man. She says she has her fax management software running in the background and stuff, and something else that updates and stuff. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I was kind of caught on chat and got most of it, but what it sounds like is your two programs are fighting over the modem, and you can only have one thing use the modem at one time.
You know, what you have, Veronica, is that one. What did you say was the update one that does updates?
PCN.
PCN, that's kind of like
Pointcast Network.
Pointcast. You know what? I would have to tell you this, and I'm just going to be very frank here. Pointcast has done tremendous things on the internet and the World Wide Web, but the ISPs, the internet service providers, kind of refer to it as a bandwidth hog. In other words, one of those things that just kind of sucks up your computer, if you know what I mean. Dave, what do you think about this stuff? What should we tell Veronica to do?
Keith was absolutely right. Two programs are fighting for that same modem, and right now Windows can't handle that. So what I've done in my instance is my fax, modem, voicemail is all done on one of my older computers, my old 286 or 386. So that's really the only solution for you. Just separate the systems for now.
So, Mark, you got any comments here? What would you suggest for Veronica?
Yeah, Veronica, if you have Windows 95, a neat little trick I discovered is you can actually have two modems and use one modem for like PCN and your internet stuff and the other modem for your FaxWorks, and that works really great. Of course, you have to have two phone lines, too.
Well, you know, that might be able to help you there, Veronica,
So I
but...
need two computers, two modems, and two phone lines.
Well, you can either have an older computer. You can either have an older computer doing it, or with Windows 95, you can actually have two modems running. But for each modem, you need a phone line.
Come on, you can afford that, can't you?
All right.
Yeah, and somebody chimed in my ear and said, "And a partridge in a pear tree." So, and it's coming up to that time anyway. But you're actually kind of running two conflicting things at the same time. You're really kind of, what you're doing is you're sucking up bandwidth. And
Got it.
Your
Okay.
computer's kind of chug-a-lugging away trying to keep up with you.
Got it. I got to ditch one of them, I think.
Yeah, you're going to have to ditch one of them, and I would have to tell you I couldn't live without my fax, so I'd have to say Pointcast would be the first thing to go.
Ooh,
Okay.
that hurts.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but that's the truth. I hate to say that.
I think that'll solve it.
Yeah, well, Veronica, we appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And
Bye-bye.
Veronica,
Bye-bye.
we love you too, by the way.
Yes, we do, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
You know, a lot of people don't know that. They could have something running on their computer, and they have a program that actually causes their computer to lock up or not do what they're supposed to do. And one of the most common ones is these fax programs where you leave your computer on all day can actually present conflicting reports. Anyway, time for another treasure hunt. Let me tell you how to do it. The number to know, this is the prize hotline, okay? The prize hotline. 787-1011. 787-1011 is our prize hotline number. Here's how it works. You can go to our webpage. You're looking for one of the Net Talk Live medallions. Go out and find the Net Talk Live medallion. Be the first one to call at 787-1011 on November 25th. We're sending you to Planet Hollywood here in Dallas. You're in a drawing. If you win, you are going to Los Angeles for the premiere of Daylight, Sylvester Stallone's new movie. You're going to meet Sylvester Stallone. You're going to have fun. You're going to be cool. You may be even on TV. That's all coming up in our treasure hunt when Net Talk Live returns. We'll be right back.
I want to know why. Why my daughter? What did she do to you?
It's a young woman's worst nightmare. A casual date turns from innocent fun, harmless conversation to rape, in some cases to murder. How does it happen? It takes a young man with evil in his heart and the date rape drug in his possession. Today you'll hear from the women who fell victim to this tragic scenario. You'll hear from their families on the next Geraldo Rivera Show.
Monday at noon on Hot TV 27.
The information you need when you want it. Call Internet America's 4 in Touch at 299 Fox 4. The latest news, sports, and weather reports. Free, 24 hours a day. Last night's lottery numbers, today's horoscopes, or the interactive town center when you want it. Call Internet America's 4 in Touch at 299 Fox 4. Sponsored by 1-800-BE-A-GEEK Internet America.
your dial, you'll change your life.
Good morning, good morning. Hi, this is Kevin McCarthy on 570 KLIF, home of the talk team. Have you heard? If you change your dial, you will change.
570 KLIF, the talk team.
When I'm not on the ice, I like to relax with a good book. Reading is an adventure, and it can be yours when you join Read for the Stars. Just have your parent or teacher call 4 in Touch at 299 Fox 4 to register. The more you read, the more you score, like hockey tickets to the Dallas Stars home games.
Read for the Stars, brought to you by Fox 4, AMC Theaters, your local Lincoln Mercury dealers, the Dallas Stars, and half-price books.
To buzz.
If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be?
And get new teeth. Or not to buzz.
So don't you buzz me!
That is the question.
What's the biggest lie you ever told a guy?
I'm going out with my friends. Hi, I'm Andy Wood, host of Buzz, the game where fast-talking, quick-thinking singles get the date of their dream. So make a date with Buzz.
Weeknights at 11 on Hot TV 27. What's hot this fall? On Hot TV 27. Mondays are hot nights.
Poltergeist and Baywatch nights.
Tuesdays are hot effects.
FX the series. And 2.
Wednesdays are hot flicks.
The primetime action movie.
Thursdays are mighty hot.
Hercules and Xena.
And Fridays are hot bods.
Bounty Hunters and Sinbad.
If it's hot, you've got to watch. Hot TV 27.
It's the world's first triple cast. Watch on Hot TV KDFI Channel 27, the live broadcast from the studios of 570 KLIF Radio and sent worldwide via AudioNet. It's Net Talk Live with Cyber Babe and your co-host Laura Lewis. Gadget Guy, Dave Matthews. Webhead, Mark Markham. Internet news reporter, Leanne Harriet. PC man, Keith Talbot. Web freak, Phil Harvey. Chat chicks, Joette Rhodes and Kim Adams. Cyber reporter Scott Kelton Jones and your tour guide to the internet and host of Net Talk, Jovan. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Internet, computers, telephones, pagers, cellular, satellite, and services. All connected for solutions. Communication Expo, the first 20,000 square foot communications superstore. Visit us in North Dallas at Beltline and the Toll Road. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world. Visit us on the World Wide Web at currents.net. Sponsored in part by cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Visit us on the World Wide Web at cityview.com. So boot up your computer, grab your mouse, and join in the fun, learning about the internet and the World Wide Web. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
Well, we're back. We've got the Atom software folks with us.
Yeah.
They make the most coolest software. They take a look inside and see yourself from a whole new way. You get to look at
that's gross.
You get a look at your body from the inside out. This is like pretty cool. I think it came, if I understand correctly, it came from medical school applications and stuff like that. But this software is being taught about all over the internet community. It's really pretty cool. You got to stay tuned for this Atom software, and I'm going to do something so somebody can get a copy here. And don't forget, all the callers tonight are going to get a copy of the Atom and Eve on tour, live on tour everywhere T-shirt for calling in. But let's take an email real quick. This particular email came from Jacob McNutt. McFly. No, Jacob McNutt. And it says, McFly.
Oh, my.
It says, and Jacob, I'm not making fun of your name. It was just, little fun.
It was an easy joke, and you took it, Joe.
I took an easy
shot.
I took an easy joke. Anyway, it says, I'm having trouble getting on chat. It will not connect, saying no more connect. Any suggestion? And this is from Jacob McNutt. So let's go over to our chat. Kim, hey, how would we answer Jacob's question here?
Well, I'm feeling like a little bit of a broken record, but what you need to do is go to your www.nettalklive.com and just go there and click on our join chat icon and just follow the instructions, and it should just be easy enough to lead you there. You might have to try it a couple times, but come join me. We're having fun. I'm always there chatting, and I'd love to chat with everyone.
So, Mark, what's going on here when with no more connects? What's going on? Is that where the limit's been set on the access to the server?
Well, actually, the first week we did have a limit, and the last week we should have had a limit. But this week, we're back to no limits because we have backup servers. We had a great time earlier. We got nick bombed. The server got nick bombed, and I ain't going to explain that other than we had to reset the server. But if you follow the instructions on our home page, and no matter what client you're using, and put that server information right in there for irc.nettalklive.com, and then of course when you get there, go to the channel pound net talk, and it'll connect you right up, and you'll be in there chatting with the best of us.
And we have several hundred people on chat at a time.
We've had over 600 tonight alone.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Well, that's absolutely amazing, all the people tuning into the show and different stuff like that. Anyway, let's take a call. Let's go to Deborah in Grand Prairie real quick.
Hi, Deborah. You're on Net Talk Live.
Hi. I love y'all's show.
Thank you very much.
It's been very helpful, but I'm still in the dark on the net of everything because I'm just intimidated by that. I've worked with computers many years, but this web service and the internet, that's all new to me. So do you suggest I just dive into every one of the services out there and see what they offer,
Well,
or
the only way
I need to do?
The only way to learn it is to actually do it, Deborah. Are you really just wanting to know where you begin, or do you have like a specific area that you want to work on?
I guess I'm wanting to know, do I just go ahead and start signing up for those? And I don't know what to expect once I get in there.
So let me take this right. You're not on the internet at all.
No, right.
And you want to get on the internet.
Yes.
You've already got your computer and everything, right? Okay.
It comes with Microsoft Internet, and it comes with Prodigy, and it comes with World Wide Web.
Right. Okay. Well, here's what you need to do. The very first thing you need to do is make sure you get a direct internet connection. Okay? I'm going to talk about one I know about. It's one I surf on. But if you actually call the folks at 1-800-BE-GEEK, which is Internet America, which is what Keith uses and I use as well, and I use other providers. I have multiple accounts. But a lot of these providers like Computech and Internet America, not only when you sign up will they actually get you your connection to the internet and give you all the software you need, but they'll give you a lot of educational materials to teach you what to do. Okay?
Okay.
So that's really what you want to do. You want to make sure you get a direct connection to the internet. That's really the important thing. And Mark, what would you recommend here for Deborah? What should she do?
Well, just like you were saying, give one of the ISPs or internet service providers a call and ask them to help you. Most of them in the Dallas-Fort Worth area are real helpful, and they'll help you out. The one I use, of course, is Computech, and you can reach them at 994-0191, and they're real helpful people.
What was that number?
994-0191.
I know you talk about them often, but did they do a lot of hands-on training and stuff like that for you?
Yes, they did. They'll actually, if you really need to, they can even have somebody come out to your house and make sure everything's set up for you correctly and teach you everything.
Well, Deborah, you say you're a newbie, so that might be the one that works best for you. That can give you some good hands-on training, or go check out the Communication Expo up on the toll road and Beltline, and they actually have a lot of magazines and books and stuff like that, and educational CDs that you can get for your computer that will teach you about all this connectivity and the internet and what you should do.
Okay.
And, of course, keep on tuning in to the show, and we'll teach you all we know.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks a lot, Deborah. We appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You know, that's the common question. It's all an educational function that people want to know more about the internet. They want to know how it works. And speaking of education, well, now this time it's Atom software. Then, folks, can you see this little hologram here that's inside? But the software actually has a CD-ROM program in it. It kind of peels away the layers and stuff. So it's time. Let's turn around the cameras. We've got Adam and Eve from Atom Software joining us. Hey guys, how's it going over there? I like your suits.
Well, thank you very much. Are we hot here?
How you doing, Jovan?
Great. So what cities have y'all been in?
Oh man, we started in Atlanta. We went to D.C., New York, Boston, San Francisco, and here we are in the Big D.
And Boone, North Carolina.
Boone,
North Carolina. I've been to Boone. I got folks in Boone.
Oh.
Boone.
Anatomy in Boone.
Yeah, I got a lot of folks in Boone, except all the women in my family that live in Boone can eat corn on the cob through a picket fence. You know what I mean? No.
Oh, no.
So, guys,
hey, Joette, are you from Boone?
Hey, what are you trying to say? I
like your suits there, guys.
Well, thank you. It's a layered look.
It's kind of nice. You're going to start a trend or something else. So, hey, Mark, you got this software up on your computer, right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
Yes,
so
we do.
Show this. Throw up the computer there. Kind of tell us what we're looking at, Adam and Eve. What do we got here?
Well, this is our main screen, and you see here that it has the anatomy option, Family Scrapbook. Now, Family Scrapbook is the part of the software that Eve and I star in. That's our little soap opera. But if you go to the anatomy screen there.
Start on anatomy.
Yeah, click on anatomy. That's me, sort of.
Oh,
all right, now go over to the bar there. Go down to the bottom.
I must warn that we cannot scroll down because
on the sliding bar.
When I did the installation on
go
this,
straight down and click a couple layers there.
What'd you do there, Mark?
When I installed this, I did not use modest features, so we have to be extremely careful about what we install.
For everyone out there is a fig leaf option.
Oh, so you did it without the fig leaf option. Okay.
That's right.
So, guys, tell us how the software works.
Okay, well, if you we can't see the screen there, but if you click right over by Adam, you can click layer by layer down the body, and you can investigate the anatomy of the body.
Oh, wow. What happened there? We went from skin to nervous system.
Now on the bottom of the screen, there's a label. I don't know if you can see it on your television set right now, but it'll tell you kind of what layer you're on. Now, at any layer there, take your cursor.
Layer of superficial
fascia.
Well,
fascia.
Take your cursor over to any point on the body and hold it down.
See, we have a problem, guys. We have a guy running the computer who can't enunciate these medical terms.
Well, I tell you, it'll do it for you. See where it says pronounce?
Oh, do that
Click
again.
there. Now go there and listen up.
Oh, wow.
Did you guys have speakers on?
Yeah, that was awesome. You could actually, Mark, turn your microphone down there. He's gonna actually do this in the mic. Push that again. The software talks to you.
Membranous deep layer of superficial fascia.
There you are. Say that 5 times fast.
That's excellent.
I want to know how'd y'all get the AT&T operator to voice this CD?
She does sound good, right?
She was moonlighting.
So how did this software come about?
Well, go ahead.
All right. Atom Software was started by Medical Illustrators. It's a company in Atlanta. Started in 1990. It basically took 3.5 years for them to compile the largest database of anatomical images that existed. And they had all these images and thought, hey, we need to get into multimedia with this so that we can make it available to the public. Started out with some Scholar series of products, sort of really high end for medical students, medical students and physicians. And we just moved to the consumer market with Atom the Inside Story.
And that's the address on the internet. It's www.atom.com, and that's the 800 number that you can call. I must say you're pretty proficient, Adam. If Vanna ever loses her job, you can actually do the number.
Joe, we got it. One thing. The 800 number. Sorry about this, but it's 800-273-2326.
That's 273 Adam. ADAM.
273. Well, we have 273.
Awesome.
2326.
And you know what? That's 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. 9 to 5.
Thank you.
So how many layers can you pull back?
On this particular product, Adam the Inside Story 1997 edition, there are 100 layers of the body. We have other products that go on to the more scholastic level in college and med schools that have up to 2,000 layers.
Wow.
It's pretty extensive.
Oh, my goodness.
Do we have that many layers in our body?
Oh,
Yeah.
that and more.
It's like rings in a tree or something. I'm not.
This is actually pretty cool stuff. So how would a student use this to maybe do a report for school or something?
Oh man, it's great.
There's all of the images are printable, which is something that we put in the 1997 edition because there was a big demand for that. And also all of the information is available on reference text, so that can be printed out as well and incorporated into projects. I don't know if you can show the computer again, but we've got real great 3D graphics. If you can go over to the 3D, hit 3D. It's called CyberViz 3D. Hopefully he'll have the audio
Okay,
running.
it's going to start. It's going to start building up there.
All right.
Okay.
We'll let it assemble. When it assembles, it comes up, so they can actually look at it in 3-dimension outside of just right there on the screen.
That's right. 3D imagery of there you are. On the bottom of the screen, you see the skull, the middle of the screen, the lungs, and the top, a heart. Now, these, go ahead and click on that, on the skull.
Oh, we're going to have to finish up here. Go ahead and click on the skull.
Click on
there.
the skull. You'll be able to fly through it if you click See an Animation.
Wow.
This is one of those things you need to get and play with because it
There
looks
you go.
awesome.
Oh, it's awesome. Visit our website, www.adam.com.
When we come back, we're going to show a little bit more of Adam. We'll be right back in just in a couple of minutes. The first caller to 787-1011 is going to get a copy. 787-1011. We'll be right back with Adam Software.
On the next heat of the night,
we're talking about a baby here in a dangerous condition.
An abandoned infant leads Gillespie to an alcoholic mother.
You ain't got no idea what it's like being a single mama with no work and no money.
She's sick.
Well, what are we supposed to do?
And to an outlaw dad.
Where's the baby's father? He dumped me at 8 months pregnant.
A family doomed from the start in the heat of the night.
Monday at 4 on Hot TV 27.
Now, after you've finished an ice-cold Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper, chill out at a Dallas Stars hockey game. Take any Dr. Pepper or Diet Dr. Pepper can to the Reunion Arena box office. Get $5 off all November home games. Cold ice, cool game, Hot TV. $5 off great hockey action. Brought to you by Hot TV 27, Fox 4, the Dr. Pepper Bottling Company of Texas, WBAP News Talk 820, and KPlex. Call 214-GO-STARS for more information.
Don't miss Jamboree in the Park, a colorful fall festival with entertainment for the entire family. This event will feature the 4th annual Toys Benefit Dressage Show, testing the skill of both horse and rider. This is an official equestrian competition. Any type of horse can excel in dressage, including the Texas favorite, the quarter horse. Round up and have your family join the Fox 4 family in a day filled with fun.
Hot TV asks, do you know which witch? Which witch flies on a big brown broom? Which witch drives a big ugly tank? Which witch casts a spell with the twitch of her nose? Which witch downs brew when things get rough? Which witch has a meddling mother? Which witch is the meddling mother? 2 witches, a bag full of tricks. A double dose of Mama's Family brewed around Bewitched. Weeknights at 5 on KDFI Hot TV 27.
Amazing people, incredible events, they're all on real TV. A man lies trapped in this helicopter crash with his head underwater, but his friend suddenly lifts the whole chopper off the ground with his bare hands. You'll see it as it happens. Then these guys drive straight toward a Texas-sized twister that's roaring almost a mile wide. And this stuntman braves police and jumps off this bridge to the ocean bay 250 feet below. If it's on tape, it's on real TV.
Monday at 6:30 on Hot TV 27.
Get in on the action. Enter the FX Password to Prizes, sponsored by 1-800-COLLECT and the Microsoft Network. Identify Angie's user ID in an upcoming episode of FX the Series and send in your entry on a 3x5 card or enter via the Microsoft Network. You could win a 1997 Acura Integra LS, a Sea-Doo HX, a Packard Bell PC, a Nokia mobile phone, and more. Watch FX the Series and win big.
Tuesday at 7 on Hot TV 27.
It's the world's first live triple cast. It's Net Talk Live. Sponsored in part by Downlink Technologies 2, North Texas's premier distributor and installer of DirectPC. Don't settle for the information highway when you can have the information Autobahn. DirectPC, it's the internet, just 28 times faster. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. Follow along with the broadcast of Net Talk Live by going to our homepage at www.nettalklive.com. To send email during the show, address it to nettalk@nettalklive.com.
And we're back, and we're having fun with Adam, where we're discovering the secrets of the human body. Here it is right here. Okay, guys out there on the web who don't call in, this is for you. the very first email I get with this number, 1007. The very first email we get, 1007 to nettalk@nettalklive.com. Send me that email. The first one that hits here, because it's time-stamped, is going to get their very own copy of Atom software. Here it is. It's absolutely amazing. Get a look at the human body inside. It's great for your kids. It makes an absolutely fantastic Christmas gift. And we have Adam and Eve sitting over in the next room. So, guys, where can they get the software?
Well, right here in Texas, we've been doing a couple stops at CompUSA. We're at Addison and Plano, but you can get it at most any software store, and it'll run you about between $35 and $39. If you go to the Plano store or the Addison store, I personally left some $5 rebates, so you can mail those in right to our Atlanta base and have a $5 off.
Let's show the web address and 800 number again. What's the web address and 800 number, guys?
The web address is www.atom.com, and that is to Atom Software. And if you want to see Adam and I personally on our tour across America, is www.atom.com/ATIS for Adam the Inside Story. ATIS. 800 number 1-800-273 Adam.
And don't you have something up, Mark? What do you have going on now on your screen there?
We're fixing to watch about how blood flow works in the human body. And as soon as they cut to my computer, you will be able to see how blood flow works in the human body, thanks to
what goes around
Atom
comes
software.
around. That's awesome.
As my heart pumps, my arteries carry oxygen-rich blood, shown here in red, away from the heart and toward my body's tissues and vital organs. These include my brain, liver, kidneys, stomach, and muscles. Even the heart muscle itself.
That's absolutely pretty cool.
You know, it's a heartwarming story.
Well, if we look at
Did you get that, Joette?
Yeah. Well, Adam, I have to say, I've never really seen a guy that openly wears his heart on his sleeve.
Oh, man. I'm just trying to give you the skinny on your insides.
At least my heart belongs to me.
We got a lot of guts here, don't we?
I think he's done this before.
He's always trying lines like that on me, but I can see right
You know,
through
guys,
him.
I think it's pretty amazing that you know, you find a lot of these CDs, like the old Encarta CD, or I shouldn't call it old, but the Encarta CD. And one time I went into one and I was doing a report. You know, I'm a dad, I have girls, and I was trying to print out a book report on horses.
Right.
And it wouldn't let me print.
On a horse?
On a horse. I couldn't print it out. I saw it on the CD. I could see the horses, and actually we were looking at the skeletal, should we say, structure of a horse. And when I went to hit print, it was just not allowable in print in the copy I had. But you're saying in Atom software, any of these we were looking at, we can actually print like our kids could use in a book report or something?
Definitely.
Absolutely. I mean, you should have just gotten right back in the saddle. Oh, all right.
This guy's been on the road way
Too long.
You
know, what you can do is you can print up most everything we have, and you can pull down every image that we have in our images category, label them, print them right up. For kids, it's wonderful because you can, you know, make an A on that project right away.
That's pretty cool. Well,
That's
guys,
awesome.
I would let's show the phone number one more time. It's www.atom.com. You can call and get a copy of the software, 800-273-ATOM. That's 800-273-ATOM, or go into CompUSA or their fine software stores, and you can actually get it. Guys, y'all look like you're all having a fun time.
We are.
We have too much fun.
We're off to L.A., Vegas,
Seattle.
Seattle, and Chicago.
That's right.
Well, thanks a lot for being here, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You have a
Much.
fantastic piece of software there.
Thanks.
Yeah,
we
check it
appreciate
out.
that.
We really like it. So, guys, I'd recommend go to the website and check it out. Go into a CompUSA or other fine software stores and get a copy for yourself. Well, here we are coming towards the end of the show again.
No.
I hate it when it happens, but here it is. I want to thanks. I want to thanks Dean Markham, who's DMV Productions, who's on our fly cam. When you look at these close-ups like this, if the camera switched and was looking at me extremely close, well, this is Dean Markham here. And then if I made a jump over here, you see Dean here, and then over here you actually see Mike Simeone. This is the other cameraman. Dean, you gotta show Mike there. Turn your camera around there. And let's take a look at Mike. This is Mike that makes the other fly cam work there. Mike makes it work. And then, of course, we have Raina Alonso over there. She's the one that was just covering Adam and Eve. And I want to thank Brandon Brown, who is our floor coordinator, and Joe Marks, and Jeff Williams, our board operator, and Dave Matthews, we're glad to have you back, man. We missed you while you were in New York.
Thank you, sir.
And, of course, Mark Markham, you did a great job. I like the way you pulled up the Atom software and stuff there, bud.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
And PC man Keith, we didn't get a lot out of you this evening. It was kind of hard with our new configuration there. Here comes Mike running down the hallway to get back in position. But, Keith, we're glad you're there, man.
Hey, we got cameras flying all over the place.
Yeah,
I've been having fun in chat tonight. We've had a couple of, what should you say, guys, they were having a little fun.
An interesting evening.
That's actually good. Don't forget, all of us, you can send us email. And Joette, thank you very much for sitting in the seat. Jovette? Oh, no, I merged it together. It's Jovette Rhodes.
They're merging.
It's the attack of the killer Joes, Jovan and Joette. So, Joette, we appreciate you sitting there in the seat and having fun.
I've had a great time.
Guys, we appreciate it. We'll see you next Sunday, 10 to midnight. Don't forget, send us email, nettalk@nettalklive.com. Next week, we're going to have some cool stuff. We're going to introduce a brand new technology. I have to let you know, a brand new technology next week. We love you. You make the show happen. Give us a call. Make sure you tune in. We will see you next Sunday from 10 to midnight. Thanks a lot. We'll be back next Sunday.
This has been Net Talk Live. Net Talk Live is a presentation of AudioNet, the broadcast network on the internet. 570 KLIF, home of the Talk Team, and Hot TV KDFI, Channel 27. Net Talk Live is brought to you by Communication Expo, your one-stop low-price communications superstore. Sponsored in part by Computer Currents Magazine, your source for computing in the real world, and cityview.com, your local information and entertainment source. Show opens and graphics courtesy of Blue Cactus Post, the Southwest premier post-production facility located at the studios at Las Colinas. If you'd like to become a sponsor of Net Talk or have your website or computer product shown on the air, just give us a call. This is Net Talk, the world's first triple cast. Net Talk is everything you need to know about the internet and how to use it. Tell your friends about Net Talk, and we'll see you again next week.